Black Market Tragedy.
Hello, hello, hello.
How's it going, man?
Not too bad. How are you guys tonight?
We're doing great. I got you on speakerphone. Is that okay?
That is fine by me.
What's up, dude?
Oh, not too much. Does everybody want to introduce themselves before we get started so I know who everybody is?
Sure. So I'm Matt, of course, the bass player. We've communicated. We have my wife, Vali, vocals.
I'm Vali. You'll know my voice because I'm the only girl.
Hi, Vali.
Hi.
I'm Steve, the guitar player. What's up? I'm Joel, the drummer.
Cool. I am so thrilled to talk to you guys. It's been a long time waiting, so to speak.
We're happy about it too. We also have Jim. He's our mascot.
He doesn't talk much.
Yeah, he doesn't talk much.
Okay, fair enough. Whatnot?
We're not on the air right now?
Actually, no. This is being pre-recorded, and it's gonna event at some point once I get it submitted to my magazine's editor. There's gonna be a really cool YouTube video with the audio of the interview.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, you can access everything from our band Facebook page. We've got pictures of us together, pictures of us individually. There's some really great photographers in the Houston area that come to our shows and take pictures. So there's a lot of them on there.
Outstanding. And
we thought this was being broadcast live on TNBC.
No, nothing like that. It'll go and it'll be a really cool YouTube video. Each interview that we do, it will be not only featured in a show of mine down the road, it will also be in a YouTube video, and it will be also in the magazine that I write for.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's great, man.
And it's an ongoing series. It's not a one and done thing. I just want you guys to know that, because a lot of bands have been worried that I'm doing one interview and then I'm done. That's not how I roll, because of I wouldn't say that my passion level for music is probably as strong as musicians, but it's close because I love music that much. And even though I'm not home in Texas, I love my Texas bands, and I give them major kudos for what they do.
We definitely appreciate all that you do for us local musicians.
I do it with no reservations or either. I can't wait to hear more music from you guys. The 2 songs that you have given to me, I can't get enough of. And if the rest of it I know you guys are working on an album and stuff. If the rest of it is anything like those first 2, people will. If they don't like it, they need their heads checked.
That's what we like to hear. Thanks.
So, okay, now that everybody's introduced themselves, So my first question, anybody can answer it, or you can all put your input to it, is the roots of the band's name, how it came about.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, so the name is actually twofold.
Okay.
The lyrics are, some of the lyrics are political and focus on what's wrong with the world. For example, the awful things that get sold on the black market and black market. Some of our other lyrics are about tragic experiences and situations, so that's the tragedy part. When you put them together, our songs evoke emotions of anger, getting you fired up, or helping you through a traumatic time. So Black Market Tragedy really embodies what we stand for as a band.
Very, very cool. So it would be fair to say if someone's facing like a challenge, like a daily challenge, or even just something that's going on in their life, they can gravitate to your music and it gives them that boost.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. We played a show at Scout Bar one time, and there was a girl that came up to me afterwards. She had never seen us before, had never heard of us, and she said, you played a song, and she started singing. You said stand up in it a whole bunch of times. She was talking about the truth, and she said, I really needed to hear that. There was just something about it that really grabbed me. I've got some stuff going on right now, and I just really felt what you were feeling, and that's the best thing to me, to have someone who's never heard one of our songs before, and it reaches them in a way, touches them in a way where it invokes feeling, and so that's what it's about.
Okay. Next question is, who are some of you individually and as a band? Who would you say some of your influences are, or your heroes, musically speaking?
Well, I can definitely tell you, vocally and musically, I'm very much influenced by James Joplin, by Joan Jett, by Etta James, and then also by Otep, Maria Brink, and Amy Lee. So my list is kind of all over the place, but I've developed a unique sound that kind of encompasses all of that. So those are mine.
Okay.
Okay, so this is Matt on bass. My influences have always been Black Sabbath, Slayer, Exodus, Lamb of God, Hatebreed, bands like that who have a real drive and a feel to their bass line.
Okay.
And Brandon, I think as a band, a lot of our influences come from bands like Deftones. We actually cover one of their songs. So Abe Cunningham, that drummer, I actually am heavily influenced by him. The Godsmack drummer, Shannon Larkin.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Pretty influenced by him as well. I could go back as far as Buddy Rich, but certainly System of a Down has some influence on us as far as song structure. We really like to switch it up for our ADHD society. You just got to keep it interesting.
Right.
Jim Gordonson from Slipknot, and of course Danny Carey.
And this is Steve. As a guitarist, I guess I would say influences and heroes, probably Randy Rhoads, one of the all-time greatest, and a little bit of Zach Wild stuff. I like some of his stuff. He's pretty good. Band-wise, as far as influences or favorites, I would say Five Finger Death Punch, Killswitch Engage, stuff like that. Maybe a little bit of Tool, stuff like, I like the heavier side with a lot of groove to it, real power.
Deftones.
Deftones, yeah. Definitely like bands that have, lead players that, play solos and stuff like that, because it died out for a long time, so definitely something I enjoy hearing.
Mm-hmm. And Valley, your influences are, I hear that they're broad. The way I listen to your vocals and I can definitely pick up on how you're inspired by each. Definitely.
Yeah, I definitely strive to be unique, but I did also take something of my favorite thing from each of those people that I listed.
Right. Okay. Well, let me ask you specifically, what about Etta James influences you?
So, no matter what kind of music that you sing, to me, there's always room for a little blues, even in metal, and jazz. And my grandmother was very big into blues, and so I grew up listening to that, and I grew up listening to a lot of the greats. I mean, she loved Fat Domino, so I was listening to that as a kid. So it's neat to me how they say that basically classical music was metal back then before there was distortion and all that. I believe that there's room for a little bit of blues in vocals in any type of music.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, classical music. I've always been convinced that heavy metal and rock and stuff is classical music sped up with, like you said, distortion and attitude.
Definitely.
Next question is, so I know you guys just mentioned the Deftones and System of a Down and stuff. Would it be fair to say that those are bands that if you got the chance to open up for or tour with, those would be two of maybe in addition to others?
Definitely. You said Tool? Yeah, we would, yeah, for sure.
I think as a band right now, what's happening in the music world right now, as far as where we're at, I think we would love to tour with someone like In This Moment or Butcher Baby, even OTEP and some other female-fronted bands that are pretty popular right now.
Mm-hmm.
Lacuna Coil would be a good one. The Agonists.
Oh yeah, sure.
Evanescence would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, Evanescence is touring again, so that'd be good.
I could totally see Valley doing a duet with Amy Lee.
That would be awesome.
Or even Maria Brink, because of Maria has just. Do you think it's fair to say that Maria Brink has a voice that is just wow in a word because of her range?
She's unique. You always know it's her. That's something I think every vocalist strives for. I want you to be able to hear a brand new song and know it's me singing it.
Right. Who are some of your favorites amongst your local brothers and sisters in the scene down there in the Houston area that you'd like to play with?
Downfall 2012 for sure. Yeah, I was about to say that.
I was about to say that Downfall 2012 is one of our good friends bands, and they're always a joy to play with. If they bring an excitement to the show that nobody else really carries on. I think some more would be.
I like to play with 12 Years Driven. I like to play with Broken Valor. I like to play with Mezzanine. I like to play with Parabellum. That's another female-fronted band. So and the bass player is a really good friend of mine, guitar player also. It's a lot of fun for me to put together all female-fronted shows. We like to do that every now and then.
Right. Yeah. Larry Gilstrap is everywhere. That dude's like.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Ridiculous.
So they have made up an actual adjective. So when somebody takes over Facebook and posts in a bunch of groups, it's called guilt trapping.
It fits too. The dude, I swear, he's got an influence on everybody. It's like he's a godfather of something.
Yep, definitely.
If you guys got the chance to, how do I want to ask this question? If you got the chance to open somewhere that's like a dream arena or even a small venue that you haven't played at, where would they be?
A dream arena? Is that what you said?
Yeah, a dream arena or even a smaller venue that you haven't played that's in your area or even within the state of Texas that you haven't played that you'd love to play.
House of Blues in Houston or anywhere really, Dallas. But I certainly want to play House of Blues with this.
I'm going to go really big and say Madison Square Garden.
Why not?
I think locally here we have one of the best venues in the country in the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion up in the Woodlands. That'd be a great venue to play.
Okay, I have to ask this because I ask a lot of Texas bands this. Would it be fair to say that either Stevie Ray Vaughan or Pantera has any kind of minor or major influence on you guys, individually or as a band?
For Matt on bass, absolutely. Pantera is one of my favorite bands, and Stevie Ray Vaughan is classic. I like him. I've always listened to him. I'm a little more on the metal side than Stevie, but I absolutely have been influenced by them. Absolutely.
Cool. Here's one of the questions I didn't put in my little template there that I want to ask. What would you guys say to the FM radio stations that don't give you guys the love that you deserve?
Yeah. Yeah, we actually we got in contact with one of the local radio stations here that was doing a thing for a while where they would play local music on Sunday night, and we were told that they like Red Awakening, but it was way too heavy for their format, so they won't play it. And I don't understand why we can have 60 country stations and 80 piano stations, but we don't have one good rock or metal station in the entire city of Houston, and it's the fourth largest city in the world. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. So.
Would it be fair to say it's insulting to bands such as yours and others that I've talked to that with all you guys playing such great music that a big market like Houston doesn't have a station that has the balls to play music like yours?
Yeah, I would
say it's insulting.
It's a little bit disappointing, actually, in the society that we live in, that everything has to be bought and sold that high and catered to the, what would you call it, the mainstream pop. If it's not pop, then it doesn't sell enough for them to play it on the radio.
The problem I have with FM radio, period, is it's too political. They don't focus on the genre of music, the style, the type of music, or who is actually being played. It's all by the policies of their ads, their sponsors, who's going to buy so much airtime for this ad, who's going to pay for this ad, where they're going to go, show up at a car lot to get paid. I mean, FM radio is not for the musician. It should be called FM ad stations instead of FM rock or pop or whatever, because FM has been taken over by more of democracy of people paying for their airtime, and they're just using the musicians as a substitute for in between all their ads and the dollars that people spend, for their radio station, which, I understand everybody's got to have a way to make money, but, why a radio station play music if you're just going to hear about ads all day long and not hear, a particular style you like,
Well, and you hear the same 20 songs recycled over and over and over and over again. I turn the radio on in the morning and listen on the way to work, and then in the afternoon I'll hear the same songs in order.
Yeah, it's just the Billboard charting that they proposed with the top 100 for people to get paid, If they only want the artists that are signed nationally with giant labels, being paid to get paid, So the little guys, it's just, you're shut out or, stuck with the internet radio, which internet, I believe, is way more subjectable to bands such as us and other bands locally, get more airplay and be done fair enough to have their music played outright with, a little shout out to, who the band is and whatever, instead of just playing song after song and only introducing one song out of the first 10 you played, So,
right.
I mean, FM radio is just not my thing.
It reminds me a little bit of MTV when they stopped playing music videos.
Well, yeah.
So it's like it loses its meaning, just like FM radio stops playing. Like we don't in Houston have a really we lost our rock music really.
Yeah.
I don't even listen to the radio anymore.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Just listen to XM. Yeah.
Well,
Sure.
I will say in my radio shows on Friday mornings, Black Market Tragedy will have love.
Awesome.
We appreciate it.
We definitely
Because,
appreciate it.
I mean, you guys, along with your, like I said, your brothers and sisters, not just in Texas, but on a global scale, I'm a very hardcore, and I say that with no shame, a very hardcore supporter of quote-unquote local music and independent music. And as long as I have the capability to play as much independent, unsigned indie music, that's what I focus most of my shows on, because you guys deserve it just as much as the mainstream, in my opinion. Those mainstream people were garage bands and indie bands back in their day too, and they've lost sight of that. So for me to give airplay, I have no problem doing it, because you got, like I said, you guys deserve it. And in my opinion, that bands like yours, there are bands like yours right now, I think, that are better than some of these big bands, because they've gotten so commercially complacent in their ways. And there's bands like yours that want to take chances and open the horizon big time. And that's why I want you guys to know that as long as I'm able to broadcast anything that you guys play, I'm gonna. And even if they tell me, well, maybe, then I'll go to another station, or I'll start my own, where I know I have nobody telling me what I can and can't play.
Who the locals and unsigned bands appreciate the most, because we got to get our music out there, and if it wasn't for people like you doing it, we wouldn't be having much airplay at all, because all the mainstream bands.
Yeah, my listeners love the fact they're like, "Who's that?" I get emails a lot when they, like, after shows. I have a lot of emails. Who was that band? And that's why I let them know, hey, check you guys out, because that's what I do. That's my way of, like, quote unquote promoting you guys. Like when I do this rough cut thing, I'm going to be promoting bands hardcore weekly, and doing anything I can, not only to get new faces to your shows, but new faces to your social medias, so people can find out who you are, because you deserve it.
We appreciate it very much.
Definitely.
It's no problem. I mean, my next question is along the lines of, and not that I'm trying to bring the commercial contracted big wig record labels into this, but if I were a major label executive, what would you individually tell me to convince me to give you that contract that you deserve?
Yeah, Steve said you'd be crazy not to sign it.
You don't set us up, you're just high.
I would say our energy on stage is to draw people in. We're able to get crowd participation even in places we've never played before, whether we're playing for 12 people or playing for 500 people. There's videos of us at Scout Bar at the Butcher Baby show, and I would say 80% of those people in that crowd had never seen us before, but they were jumping up and down, their fists were in the air. It's all about getting new fans involved. If you just have the same 50 people that come to your show every time, that's awesome, and those people are amazing, but you're never going to move forward.
Also, we're very professional. There's very little drama in this band, which is very important, I think, for working together and then working with other people. We're also very creative. We have tons of songs that we haven't even released yet, that we just keep on creating new material, and there's just a ton of things that we still have to produce. So.
We have great chemistry. We have from the very first time we ever played together. And it's been 2 years, and I can't think of another band in Houston that has had the same exact members for that length of time.
Right. Who are some of your who are some of your favorite wrong question. What are some of your favorite songs to cover when you're doing covers?
Okay, so we have tried to do covers, and we just really prefer to write our own music. We just, I know Joel, the drummer, has been in a tribute band before. He was in a Rage Against the Machine band. I've been in cover bands my whole life. This is my first original band where I'm really actually getting to write lyrics and write melodies. So, coming from that perspective, it's so much more fulfilling to write our own stuff and to shape it and mold it and watch it turn into something that's amazing that you can present on stage and the fans get excited. It's a new song they've never heard before. We do actually do one cover just for fun. It's My Own Summer by the Deftones. And, we picked that one because no one else covers any Deftones songs. So we thought, if we're going to do a cover, damn it, we're not going to do something everybody else does.
Yeah, and people get really excited when we play that song. We don't really do covers, I think, because we just have so much material, and whenever we pick a set list, it's just a big battle between us and between ourselves, because we don't, we want to play all of our songs, and there's just not too much room for covers.
Yeah.
It's like picking your favorite kid to present to the masses. You just can't pick the favorite.
It's like you're killing one of your kids off if you don't play the song. The feeling is just unbearable.
And personally, I'm anti-cover. I don't diss any bands that do covers, but it's just I've always wanted to have my own creation of what we do and what I do. Recognize instead of anybody can go learn someone else's song. Simple, but write a good song that other people enjoy. It's not just not so easy.
Presenting your own artwork to the masses is what we enjoy most.
Yeah,
that's why I quit the tribute band is that creativity. As far as Steve, he does a lot of improvisation. Almost every song we have has a lead solo, and so I totally understand where he's coming from as far as just wanting to be creative rather than adhere to some other guitar player way they play.
Okay. I'm curious as to what inspired the lyrics for the two songs that I getting to enjoy semi-regularly, Red Awakening and My Sins.
I can tell you, I'll let Steve talk about My Sins because those were actually his lyrics, but Red Awakening is about cutting. It is about cutting from the cutter's perspective, self-harming from that person's perspective, and the release that you feel. It's by no means encouraging it, but who has experienced that, and so it's something I felt the need to write about, and it's something I was very passionate about. I think it's something that's misunderstood, and so that's what Red Awakening is about. It's about it's about a release, basically, and that feeling and finding inner peace and finding a way to stop doing that and to find release another way, a healthier way.
Okay. Yeah, to take care of that.
For My Sins, the words though, that song was written kind of about, I guess if you've got, as the old saying goes, skeletons in your closet that you hang up, you try to get away from. It's kind of in the, the heartfelt of, yeah, you screwed up, but you're not that person anymore, you've got to kind of move on. And it's, it's actually a behavioral kind of perception of a person I was once before, so, but, everybody has their skeletons, so, that was just, instead of calling it my skeletons, I called it my sins, so, and just escaping the direction I was going to turn a new leaf over and go a different direction.
Okay. One of the most favorite questions I'd love to ask all bands, when you're not playing music and you're just wanting to enjoy downtime, what do you guys do just to chill and unwind and have fun with?
Hunting, kill things. I love deer hunting, any kind of outdoors, fishing, hunting, anything on the water, woods, anything outdoors, pretty much anything that I could do. A lot of it has to do with killing animals. But,
I have an 01 Trans Am that I love to drive. It's got T-top, and when I need to think or get away from things or whatever, I take it out for a drive, and it's got such a nice loud rumble. I don't even need to turn the radio on. I enjoy that, and I enjoy climbing. I love to. I don't do actual professional rock climbing or anything with harnesses, but I love to climb. So any opportunity I get, of course, there's not a whole lot of opportunity in Texas for me to do that, but when we go to Colorado or even when we go, up, Arkansas or northwestern Texas, I like to climb any opportunity that I get.
For me, Max, I'm an outdoorsman also. Fishing, hunting, everything, any kind of sport, I'll do it. I enjoy it. I have a Harley. I enjoy riding that. Everything from killing animals to golf. When
you mentioned golf, I was going to joke that we're all golfers. The white people golfing all the time. I suck at golf, but still on drums. I practice law downtown. I'm a criminal defense lawyer. It really takes up all my time, and other than that, I spend time with family and my wife and doing fun random things. But really, playing drums is really my hobby that I pursue in every shape or form. I mean, play drums wherever I can, but obviously this band is taking up a lot of my time as far as drums. So it's my main focus in life as far as my hobby is.
Okay. Last question for this interview is simply, what can Black Market Tragedy fans look forward to when your album is finally out?
When the album is finally out?
Yeah.
We're just, right now, we're just working on song 3. We are not signed to a label, so we are literally paying for the recording and the audio engineering out of pocket.
Right.
So it's gonna, we're hammering them out one at a time, and we're paying for it by playing shows and by selling merchandise.
Right.
So everything we get out of the band, we put back into the band. This year, fans can definitely look forward to the release of our first music video. We're working on that. That's been a work in progress. We're working with a director who normally does short horror films, and it's for Red Awakening. So we thought, that he could really do some magic with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got a couple of shows coming up. We haven't played Houston for a little while. We've actually been trying to do a little bit of mini touring around Texas. We played in Fort Worth. We've got a show coming up in Tyler at Click on the 24th of this month. And then we're back in Houston on October 15th for Grindfest, which is a huge local showcase of a bunch of different bands. Basically, you pay like $10 for a ticket and you get to see 15 bands. It's an all-day festival. Really cool. We'll be back with our friends, Downfall 2012 at that show. There's just, and it's been a couple months since we played in Houston. I want to say it was like July. I think July 23rd was our last show in Houston. So, hopefully everybody will come out for that. They get to missing you when you've been away for a while. I've been trying to post some videos of us in the studio and some videos of us in practice just to keep the buzz going,
Right.
So definitely the video coming out. The album, we're trying to do an EP by the end of the year. It might be January when that's released, and then full album, I would say probably by the middle of maybe July of next year. Just to have all the time to record all the songs and get our audio engineer to really work his magic.
Right.
And so just what they can expect, they can certainly expect to play it on a loop on their commute on the way to work and on the way home. And we've had several fans say they play our music over and over on a loop. I'm guilty of that as well sometimes, especially when we just record a new song. So
We definitely want to put an album out that you don't want to turn off. You want to listen to it from the very beginning to the very end, and feel the whole way through.
Yep. This is Steve. My perspective of what I want the fans to anticipate is when they hear our album and they play it from song 1 to song whichever's, however we have many on the album, is to have the same feeling you do when you hear our 2 songs and want more. I want them to want more and can't wait for the next song or album that we do come out with or release. That's what I expect in anticipation from a crowd, or people, our fans, is not having enough of Black Market Tragedy at the moment when they're playing Black Market Tragedy.
Well, I can definitely say with 1,000% honesty, my hunger is patiently waiting for more, because the first 2 songs have absolutely just wowed my ears. When I've played your stuff, and most of my loyal listeners ask about each band individually if they don't recognize the name, and I've let them know that there's more to come. Don't just think it's only these 2 songs.
We're just getting started. You don't even know.
Great to hear. Very great to hear.
I cannot wait. I know my audiences can't wait, so I just want to say thank you for what you've given us already, and thank you for what you will be giving us down the road.
We appreciate you, and we certainly appreciate your audience as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you for putting this together. Vali, thank you for helping put this together.
Of course.
I am so glad we finally got this to fruition.
Yeah.
And
can't wait to hear it.
if that sounds
Sure,
good.
yeah, sounds great. And if you want, I'll have Matt message you the upcoming show dates, too, if you want to give us a little bit of a plug with show dates.
Absolutely. My campaign page and my Brandon Morningstar journalist page. Use them both as much as you want to promote yourselves, your shows. I'll help promote you guys, too. I just need an email with all your social media, too. That's something else I'll need. Doing my part of the promotions, and those social media links will go on the YouTube video, like in and the details and stuff, so when people want to check you guys out, they'll know where to find you.
Awesome. Okay, sounds great.
Alrighty then. Well, you guys have a good night, and again, thank you for your time. I will talk to you guys again soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You have a good night, too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care, guys.
Sir!